to LA, yeah. Finally in LA, yeah. Made it to LA, yeah. Finally in LA, yeah. Made it to LA, yeah. Finally in LA, yeah. Looking for the weed.
Hey guys, it's me Jenny again, and today I'm gonna share my 21 days of Daniel fast experience. Now, so for those of you that follow me on Instagram, ask so many times what Daniel fast is, so this is my explanation. Beginning of January, I decided to go on this fast because Daniel is a Bible character that really just persevered through his struggles through prayer, and his friends and him were recognized in their society, and God really came through prayers. So for me, it was a religious reason, and for me personally, every time I had this fast and I'm praying for something, usually God answered my prayers. And I'm a big eater and I love food so much, so I only fast if I have to. And that means like out of desperation. Like I want bigger changes in my life. I want to do better in my life. And when I'm dedicated, I do a fast to kind of start off. So Daniel fast consists of staying away from any sort of caffeine, anything sweets, including sweeteners or honey or agave, doesn't matter. Anything that's sweet, you stay away. The only sweets you could have are like fruits. No alcohol, and no, this was like the hardest one for me, no meat or its byproducts. So like no fish, no chicken, no like beef or anything, but you also can't have like eggs, cheese, or so it was like vegan to the max. I am a big meat eater, so the longest I've stayed away from meat is actually one meal. Yeah. So I would say each day I have some sort of meat. Like that's just my life. So like beginning of the fast, right before the fast, how I prepped myself was I started like 3 days before to stay away from coffee. I was dying, but I wanted to ease into my fast so I won't give up. And I also had 2 friends, Lisa and Chris, like they were like my stronghold. We had a group chat constantly going, and all 3 of us were praying for things and believing in it that God would come through. So we actually did the fast together. So I am so grateful for you guys. Thank you. Like 10 days in, I got really sick with the flu. Like really sick. I couldn't eat anything. I couldn't keep any food down. And every time I eat something more solid than clementine, I kept on vomiting. So I was still working full time, and I was coughing all my whole nights, and I'm editing, doing photo shoots, like a lot going on in my life, and first of all, I had to stay over and work out. Like there's no way I was working out. I didn't eat anything for like 5 days, not because I chose to, because my body was just hating food in general. And that included like, even if I had clementine, sometimes I would vomit. Like, and it was just like, I was this close to giving up, because there are certain food that makes me feel better immediately, where like some broth that all has like beef bone broth or a chicken bone broth. My mom's like favorite chuk, which is a Korean porridge, chicken porridge, anything that I was thinking of to make me feel healthy or better was all like meat related, and I was like really thinking of giving up. The thing I said I just have cheated was actually taking cold like cough syrup, and that probably contained sugar. Now I really thought about not taking that either, but honestly I didn't want to elongate my flu, and like the standard I set myself was so that the whole point of the fast is to get closer to God, ask for things, but he doesn't forbid you from anything. And I think that's something I wanted to address, because that's so important that we know when we commit to something. It's so important that you take care of yourself. But I think it's also important that we put that limit that we want to, set. So in the beginning, I was like, okay, I'm gonna meal prep. So I did the meal prep, and I think like by first week, I was so sick and tired of meal prepping already. I was ready to eat out every day. So that sucked, but because I didn't eat for 5 days, that sucked. And then after, when my appetite came back, I wanted to just eat everything heavy, fried. Oh yeah, you also can't have fried food. So it was a lot. It was a lot. I honestly thought some things that helped me was Beyond Meat's hot Italian sausage. So it's a vegan sausage that is processed, and that's where I wanted to keep my limit. So, that's what it is. And instead of being super strict, the whole goal was to get a fast and, accomplish that fast. Like 20th day, I had like crazy work day. I was feeling miserable. I didn't even care at that point, where I was like, should I just give up? Because I'm also an emotional eater, so I'm like, okay, I think I'm done. I'm gonna throw my towel in. And then I just kept going. And through this fast, I learned a few things. One of them being so grateful. I learned that I was so ungrateful and I was so unhappy because I didn't realize what I had. Now, not being able to eat meat when I want, not being able to have coffee, that alone made me realize that in life there's so much great things that I don't really realize that I already have in my life. And it made me realize how grateful I am that I could afford to have coffee, or I could afford to have meat on my table, and how I'm not sick on a regular basis. Like people that go through surgeries or some sort of illness, they cannot have certain food. And like I was so grateful for my health. And to top it off, because I had a flu, and I was like, wow, like health is something that I never pray for, thankful for. So that made me realize that now I need to start praying on how grateful I am about my health, how like my body can constantly like get improved through workouts, but also through amazing food in this life, and how the whole pleasure of flavor is something that not everyone can have either. So I was just super grateful. I am an extremely impatient person, and I thought God was gonna answer, like hear voices and like be like, yes, all your prayers are answered, kind of like finale. But no, that did not happen. In fact, things that I thought it was gonna just settle, it didn't. And I'm still going through the struggles and season where I have to persevere through. And it's challenging. But it's not an equal trade where, God, I gave you 21 days. Why aren't you doing this for me? God, like, yeah, I like sacrificed for you. Why aren't you doing it for me? Well, God never asked you to sacrifice 21 days. Just, I needed like a reset button. And this was like my reset button. Although I am praying for things, it haven't came true yet, but I honestly believe it will. And it's only a matter of time. Maybe these things take longer time than I expected. And I honestly believe that 2020 is a year I'm gonna conquer so many things, and so many great things are just waiting for it to happen. So yeah, it just put hope and dreams and goals in my head and in my heart. But again, maybe next year, but not this year. You guys to know that I'm a believer and I am Christian, and I am quite vocal about it, and I don't take offense to it if you think this is all like a big fuss for nothing, But for me, this was like life-changing. Even a non-religious person, I do believe that fast comes to a break or a balance in your life, and I think it's such a great thing to do for yourself. So I highly recommend trying a fast. Doesn't have to be 21 days, doesn't have to be food, but it could be something that you commit to stay away from to see how your life changes or how your thought changes. So yeah, I wanted you guys to know how I felt about my journey, and thank you for your supports over DMs on Instagram and just, or like friends texting me, keeping me posted, and just constantly texting me that you guys are proud of me. I just wanted to thank all of you guys through it, because I'm pretty sure I was cranky for like past 2-3 weeks without coffee. But yeah, we did it. So thank you. Just thank you for everything. I really hope that you liked this video, and thumbs up if you did. Make sure if you have any questions that you're commenting below, and subscribe to my channel for more experiences with Jenny. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.